Now, this top JSE stock that I want to talk to you about on this video today, it's up 14.97 or almost 15% in the last month and up 6% in the last 5 days, whilst this very same stock is up 8.5% year to date. The stock that I'm talking about is none other than Sun International. Now, Sun International, you will know that this is a new channel, right? I've discussed, I think, 3-4 videos about this company to say that it is a good buying opportunity because the sentiment around the traveling and leisure industry has drastically improved. We are seeing companies like Sun International reporting even better revenues than the kind of revenues they were reporting before the pandemic in 2020. Those of you that still don't know what happened during the pandemic, companies in the traveling and leisure industry saw a huge share price drop because they were not making enough money or as much money because people were restricted from traveling and therefore people were not going into hotels, which was making these companies to not do that well. People were not going to casinos, which made these companies not to do that well. But ever since the opening of from the hard lockdowns, which came as a result of the pandemic, we've been seeing companies like Sun International recovering in terms of the share price, which brought a lot of opportunities to those that scoop in or that bought companies like Sun International. I mean, I remember companies like Sun International back in the pandemic, they dropped below 10 rands per share. I'm talking about something that happened like 2020. And the very same Sun International today closed trading over 43 rands per share, which shows you the opportunity, the gains, the returns that this stock has generated. I've participated, I've been part of some of the people that gained big onto Sun International. It's just that what happened is that after 2021, I saw some slight recovery. I sold all my Sun International holdings. But 2 years ago, I came back onto the stock. My average onto the stock is 35 rands per share. And I'm up, as I'm doing this video, over 21%, which is something that is pretty exciting because I'm benefiting from these returns or as this stock is surging. Sun International, as it stands, I think when I look into my portfolio, it is my second largest holding stock, and therefore seeing it performing like this, it is something that is absolutely crazy. And by the way, my largest holding is ShopRite onto my South African ZAR portfolio, which I'm also up over 20% there, and it is making my portfolio to be so amazing, so incredible. I'm laughing because yeah, the gains are becoming real. I'm starting to see some good positive things from my entire ZAR market portfolio. The only portfolio that is still on a recovery in some of the stocks, it is my US portfolio, especially onto my favorite stock like NEO, you know. But I don't want to talk about the US stock on this channel or US stocks on this channel. So Sun International, part of the reason why we are seeing their share price growing is that this is a company that is doing well. The kind of earnings, revenues they are generating even exceeds those that they were generating before the pandemic. This stock 2022 announced, or in the second half of 2022, we saw them once again starting to pay dividends. Dividends is something that Sun International investors, you know that they last saw somewhere before the year 2020, which is to get to see it come around 2022, it was something that was pretty exciting. So over and above the current gains, the current profits that I'm seeing, that we are seeing, those of you that own this stock, this is a company that owns that pays dividends, and we are getting paid some good dividends because the dividend yield, the last time I checked on this stock, is around 9%. So it pays 9% relative to the share price, which therefore if the share price is around 43 rands, the kind of dividends or the total dividends that they would pay per year, you are looking at around 4 rands, right? Or around 4 rands, somewhere between 3 rands 80 cents, 4 rands, and that is the gross dividends that you are getting from Sun International, which is something that is so amazing, something that is pretty exciting because over and above, like I said, the gains that we are seeing onto this stock pays us money just to own their shares. So it is amazing because over and above the gains that we are seeing, witnessing onto Sun International, we also get paid good dividends out of this stock. So I'm happy, I'm excited. I just thought I'd just give you this quick updates. What is your current sentiment onto Sun International? Do you think they will continue surging? Because, ladies and gents, before the pandemic, this stock, before it fell sharply, trading around or below 40 rands per share, and we are seeing this company now trading over 43 rands per share, which is the 5-year high, which is something that is pretty exciting. I mean, some of the things that Sun International is doing, you'll know that they announced an acquisition of a company or of a group called Piermont, which this group, their most popular investment is Emperor's Palace. They own Emperor's Palace. So if you're in Gauteng, Joburg, and you have been to Emperor's Palace, well, Sun International is the new owner of that place, because they have acquired Piermont, or they are in a process of concluding acquiring that Piermont group, which is something that makes me to be really excited, because whenever I go to Emperor's Palace, whenever I go to Sun City, I mean, last year's festive season, I spent it in Sun City. I was in Sun City, and yeah, it was just so amazing to not only to know that where I'm staying or where I'm spending my holiday period, it is in the company which I own. So when I paid for my hotel there, how I knew I was just taking my money back to the company that I actually own. I remember with my family there, I was making an example. I was laughing with them to say that this is my company. Wherever we go and enjoy it was just so amazing to know that I'm a shareholder of this company. I'm a shareholder of this place we are in, and it was just a bliss. The experience was top notch. And right now, knowing that every time I also go to Emperor's Palace, I will be spending time to a place where I partly own, because as a shareholder I am part of the people that own shares of those properties, those infrastructures, which therefore it is just so amazing to see. That is something that I like about owning shares. Sometimes you get to be reminded every time you go to some of these companies or facilities which you own, and you are just so amazed, or you are just so happy to see when there is demand, when there is traffic into hotels, into these casinos. It's just so amazing. So I'm happy, and Sun International will remain that company that I'm going to keep in my portfolio for the longest period, because I still believe that there are good days ahead of us, or good days are still ahead of us. What we are seeing now is just the introduction of what we might see in the future. Otherwise, with all that, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about this. I'm happy. I am a happy Sun International investor, and I believe that we shall be rewarded, or continue being rewarded, onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best, and God bless you all.